Uncle Lou went live the other day, and I went on his page and said a few things, and he responded a little bit, and we, and that's fine. We all got our opinions, and I know a lot of what he does. He's kind of funny, tries to be sort of funny with stuff.
Yeah.
But just to constantly keep saying, I just don't want to hear no more that Nick Saban is scared of this 9-game conference schedule. It was his idea in 2013 to do this, you idiot. Go to AL.com. It was his idea. He said, quote, go look it up. 2013, 10 years ago, with the way college football is heading, playing a 9-in-conference game schedule will help your strength, because in the future, I'm afraid the strength of schedule is going to be very important. Well, I'll be darned if Saban wasn't right.
Yeah, it's a little important.
It's the most important thing, because, would you take a 10-2 Bama, or would you take a 12-0 Cincinnati?
I would rather take Bama.
Why?
Just because they played a tougher schedule.
Okay.
More than likely.
And because they're going to bring more fans. That's what this is all about. Let me say that right up front. It's all about money. I'm bringing this up because Uncle Lou's insane. He's just doing it to get a razz because he knows Bama fans are going to get on his page and go nuts, cuss him and rant.
Yeah.
And I don't cuss him because I don't do that. Try to act like you got some sense. We do a show, and it's professional. We have millions of people watching us. I'm just kidding. Maybe one day.
I would have millions.
But that's why. And Cincinnati did make it in. Remember, they was 12-0 2 years ago.
1 year, yes.
And they're thinking, well, they're undefeated, man.
They got beat pretty
and
good.
Alabama
beat them.
And
they didn't even win it.
That's why, sort of, because of.
No, I thought they played admirably, but they just couldn't. They couldn't do nothing with them.
No, it's players, it's the size of the players, the recruiting of players.
Yeah, well, they're just better players go down with that.
Yes.
That's why we'll get into that in a minute. Kansas has everybody back, but is there everybody back? That's not the same as Alabama's everybody back.
No. So this 8-9 game schedule, what's your you one or the other?
I would rather go with the 9 because it probably does weed out pretenders. You know what I'm saying?
As a fan, I
like the matchups every week.
Yeah.
Like that. But I guess the question is that too hard on the coaching staff and players to get prepared for a 9-game conference?
No,
schedule.
That's just another game.
But
it's just another game for them. I prefer 9-game.
I would rather have 9.
It's better games
and 3 out of conference.
But
good matchups in there.
The reason they didn't do it this year was because of TV deals. So they're just going to stick with a one locked in and an 8-game schedule. With this 9-conference game schedule, there'll be 3 locked in opponents. Right. Now, people say, well, Saban's the one crying about all this. He's, I don't want to play this 9-game conference. No, he wants to play the 9-game conference schedule. What he don't like is the 3 locked in. Yeah. Why does he not like them 3 locked in?
Well, because obviously they're going to play Auburn anyway, but it's LSU and Tennessee who are on the rise. So I guess he feels like, wow, we've gotten locked into 2 games here, and
2 top 5 teams.
More than likely.
Top 5
for the rest of my coaching career.
Yeah. They're going to be good for a while.
I mean, let's be real. Nick Saban's not going to coach 15 more years.
No. So why would Sankey lock in Bama when everybody says Saban gets his way, he gets whatever he wants? Obviously, he don't, because he just locked him in with the 2 best teams in the conference besides Georgia.
They may have done that on purpose.
No, they done it by math.
Oh, okay.
That stuff that makes the earth round and not flat, math. That's why it's not flat. I don't get on that. Go on my page. I may do a reaction
video.
Flat
Earth reaction.
Oh, my God. I can't stand it, man. It bothers me. It's math, because they did math on the topic of the subject that we're going to take over the past 10 years, wins and losses. Well, over the past, if you average the wins and losses, Dane, for the past 10 years for the old Tennessee floppy top and LSU Go Tigers, what's their win percentage, you think, in 10 years?
Tennessee
7,
great, maybe.
I guess
7, 6.
They're above. They're
probably above 500.
Maybe.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah.
LSU's definitely above.
No, they just won a national championship a few years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. 4.
But last year, the only teams even in the SEC that won 10 games, they did about 10 win seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Bama, LSU, Tennessee, and Georgia. Those are the teams and Bama's got to play 2 of them
every year.
And then they got to play the 4th one, Georgia. If they win the West and East, Georgia, which that's going away. Mm-hmm. ACC's done away with it. Big Ten's doing away with it.
For the East and West.
They're not like
South.
Atlantic and Coastal.
Gone.
Done.
Mm-hmm. After this year.
1 and 2. Well, I understood it.
1 and 2 overall. That's it.
Yeah. They're going to play.
Instead of that, you get 1, and then the other side, but that may be 7 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
But they won their side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Missouri played Auburn that year.
Yeah.
Well, that was a terrible game. That is why.
And Missouri did win the East, but they wasn't the second best team in the conference.
That's why they're doing away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just talk about, since what did I say this was all about a while ago? Cha-ching, money. Do you remember, guys? I know you're not Alabama fans, but even Ohio State fans. Burge, what's up? Good to see you on here. Benton, you could play along with this too. I'll send you a link if you want to come in on the show, and I'll put you up on here and we'll talk about it. Kirby was at Alabama. What was Saban just griping about here about 2 years ago? Well, the homecoming games are good, got everybody back. But I want fans to stay in the seats. I want fans to stay. Why? Stop leaving the darn games.
Yeah.
This was years ago. Remember Kirby? I think Lane was there too. Remember they went on gripe?
Yeah.
Fans leaving. Well, it's 50-0 at halftime, Nick. They're killing.
Yes, I remember when he did that. Bad. He was very upset.
Well, if you go to this scheduling,
you're not going to have much of that.
If you lock in to teams that are, but the thing is, what about not Bama? What about the other teams? What if you get locked in with crap teams?
Right.
Okay, Texas will probably get locked in with A&M and Arkansas. Well, what if Texas just dominates that? Now you have locked in crap games to where from now on you're going to play. Texas is just going to destroy Arkansas every year. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying for example.
What if they did?
Yeah. So these locked in things.
I like the suggestion
Greg McElroy said we need to reevaluate every 4 years.
Every 4.
Yeah. Every 4. Let's see. All right, how many games they win? 4 years. All right, this year they won 8. Then they won 9.
They'd be a new class of
then
kids.
They won 10. Then they won 7. So we take these 4, add up 10, it'd be 19, and 7, 25, and 8 would be 32, and 32 divided by 4 is 8. So they're on average for winning 8 games. All right, so that's what is 800%? 800, 750.
8 be not close to 70.
Yeah. So okay, now we can start evaluating some of these games. So this thing with it, there's more to it than just he don't want it. He's crying about it, and he's not.
Well,
Saban don't make the decisions anyway. They do have an SEC AD, the athletic director, right?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get in a deal where you're like Piedmont and you get clocked in having to play Clay County and Fife every year.
That wouldn't be fun.
No. Because some teams are just, LSU's not going to be bad anytime soon, and it don't look like Tennessee is.
No. And we remember Cedar Bluff getting locked in that region. My son's junior 10th and 11th grade year.
With
5.
Pretty much knowing you're not going to win the region.
Right in the middle of one of their dynasties.
Yeah, one of them. Collins, the best team they ever had.
We got locked in on them.
Nothing.
We got locked in with them that year.
We played them in North Sand Mountain ever had.
In the rain. And then the best team North Sand Mountain had sunshine. We got locked in playing them. So Marcus run through that was brutal. Man, it's terrible. He beating those guys.
No.
So
the only one you could have beat possibly would have been North Sand. But you better have a good night.
Yeah.
And that is
when we did
110%. They did nearly beat them up there one time.
Yeah. Cole got nearly froze to death that night.
Yes, and it was August. It was August the 25th.
That's when he lost his chin strap button and the whole team.
Oh.
Remember that? The whole team free. He's
Panic.
My son was
like the Titanic.
He was the center on the team, starting center. And when his button come off his chin strap, people went nuts.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody act like that over a player coming out.
No, but you don't want another center coming in snapping the ball. You need a guy
No,
that's
not now. Now,
consistent.
maybe 15, 20 years ago
consistent
when you
with
were
the
under
quarterback.
center.
Yeah, it didn't matter too much.
Yeah, the center's out. All right.
Yeah.
But now it's like, wow, get it.
Yeah, you don't want to
I
go
wouldn't
down.
want to be that guy putting on the
No,
helmet strap.
not at all.
And you're like down there, what's happened? What's happened? Is Isaiah Jones out? Is Ivory Star out?
No, Marcus lost his budget strap, but
What's he?
I thought he was
He's the
hurt.
center.
So they were hollering. I thought he was hurt. And then when
Yeah.
Coach Crane come to the fence, he was looking in the box for a button. And then he said he lost his button on his strap, on his chin strap. So I called him. And he's seen it. Somehow on the ground, he's seen it. He got it. Anyway, but just that goes to say these 9-game conference games, I like it as fans. We want it because it makes good games.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I like it for just the lineup, because there'll be more weeks of good football.
But here comes the thing without it. If you don't get it locked in, then what happens is Tennessee and Alabama could go away.
You could lose the rivalry games. Well, you will.
That makes college football what it is, bands and rivalries. Not that there's not rivalries with, I guess, who's been the Falcons? The Titans and the Falcons, maybe.
Falcons, and it used to be the Falcons and the Saints. I don't know that it is anymore.
Yeah, both NFC teams.
Or Rams.
The Panthers and the Falcons.
Yes, that's become a big time.
It has.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as college.
No.
So I don't want them to lose those rivalries, and they're going to wind up. The Big Ten's already doing it. They already doing it. The Pac-12 does 9. So they're going to wind up going to this anyway. But they didn't this year. It's about money again. That word, because they couldn't get the TV rights to that other game. I'm all about seeing. I want to see Tennessee and Florida play again. When's the last time Alabama has been locked in with Clemson? South Carolina. It's been a while.
I don't remember the last time they played South Carolina.
You remember when Spurrier was there?
Yeah, they played them a good bit.
And Mark Ingram went crazy that night.
When's Alabama and Florida played? It's been a while.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, except they played in the SEC.
I like those games.
Yeah.
So the 9-game, I'm for it as a fan. And that is what it is.